What's up, everybody? Hashtag 40 Acre Addicts. I'm your host, Steven, joined by my co-host, Henry. Say good morning, Gat, or better yet, good afternoon.
Good evening. Good evening.
Got
How's the
a
weather out there today?
hot. Hot.
It wasn't too bad today, man. It never got above 98. It was pretty cloudy all day.
About 103 here. I'm feeling it here in my garage. I'm sweating as we speak.
Mm.
So let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. We are in the midst of fall camp, and none other than another year of serious injury plagues hitting the team in fall camp. Uh, First initial thoughts, Gat?
Mm. They hurt. They hurt bad. Losing a talent like Isaiah Nair, losing a Roshan Johnson, which you can't really call him a backup because that man could start anywhere. Those two hurt. They hurt bad. And then we lost Ajayi Hall on top of that.
It was
So
like
that
a
was
two piece with a hook.
Yeah, man, like, whoo, yeah, there you go, pop, pop,
Went,
whop.
yeah, we're like, whoa, what
Yeah,
happened?
which one of y'all hit me? Yeah, it's a little upsetting, man. But I mean, we're the University of Texas. We have 85 players for a reason. If somebody can't step up and take that spot, we will be hurting.
Yeah, and for Shark, it's not any time to be hurting in year two. You got Gary
Mm,
Patterson in the office. He is in the building, and if you don't live up to some kind of development and expectations, then you could be seeing the door, and Patterson could be seeing
absolutely.
that head coach office. But we're not hoping for that. We're just hoping Shark can figure this out because I mean, this weekend and I think it was Thursday or Friday that the other injuries occurred. Just kind of hit Longhorn Nation like a bombshell.
Yeah, that burnt orange Kool-Aid glass is a little bit empty now. It's not so full.
Yeah,
We've been brought back to reality real fast.
real fast. That's a good point, Gat. I think a week ago, and anyone in Longhorn Nation can agree, we all felt strong arguing a 10-win season and a conference championship appearance. And here we are praying we get to 8 wins, praying we get at least some kind of improvement from last, which regardless, improvement from last is positive, but uh, man, scary weekend, Gat. So
Absolutely, man.
we'll start out with Isaiah Nayer and this impact from that point of view with him possibly being out for the year. We're not 100% sure until the results come back due to a knee injury.
Non-contact injury.
And we'll note he was walking around afterwards in
Yeah.
practice. So we got
Yep.
that.
That's a hard one to lose, man. I know he hadn't played for Texas, but we saw in the spring game a little glimpse of what he could do, and
And then
it's
match the
hard.
Wyoming tape.
Yeah, it's hard to lose to over the top receiver like that. So, because now, I mean, I don't know.
Uh, that brings us
I
into
don't know.
the whole fact of Whittington possibly. We don't know, but we're just in our own hopes. Could see Whittington possibly moving out to that X spot since we have so much depth and slot, and we don't have nobody on the X other than Xavier. But he's got one
We
side.
got a Casey Kane out there.
Troy
Uh,
O'Meara is one I would love to
Royal
see.
Mary.
If they really want to keep Whittington, since he's had to stick with the slot for 4 years and he's finally healthy, if they want to keep him in the slot strong enough, I would push for Troy O'Meara or Kane for that
I,
outside.
I I think Whittington's smart enough though to jump out there, and I think he's fast enough. He's definitely tough enough.
Yeah,
Like,
he's got the brute strength.
yeah, bring it, man. I'd love to see him out there. Like you said, we got Middleton, Xavier Red. There's multiple guys that can play the slot right now.
It's definitely going to be exciting to see. I know that much.
Yeah, I mean Whittington was our leading receiver going into the mid-season mark. Oklahoma when he got knocked out, but he was our
Yeah,
number one receiver.
that was a scary injury as well.
That boy good. We
He's
need
definitely
him,
injured. We
and we
need
need
him to
him.
be healthy.
We need him now more than ever.
Yes.
Like
Is
he
it, is
might
it
not even need to play any more of the scrimmages from here on out.
like
You
they
know,
did
just
Bajan?
just save him for the game, coach.
Bajan Saturday hit a 40-plus yard touchdown in one of the first plays of scrimmages, and Shark took him out the rest of the scrimmage.
Yep,
He's
put him
like, "You
in
did it.
prep.
You did all you need to do. Go get you juice box," as
Yeah.
Onward said. Juice
Yeah,
box.
take him out. I mean, Whittington, Worthy, all of them. We can't afford another major loss like this.
We can't. We can't have a 2019 season that's just plagued by injuries left and right. So much that we have a quarterback who Roshan Johnson, pray for his health, of course, but we have a Roshan Johnson who willingly swapped from quarterback to help our running back room because how plagued we were of injury that year. We were out of running backs just completely. We were getting a quarterback in the room. Like, that's desperate.
Yep.
That's like the water boy when they tried experimenting with the towel boy. And what happened to that towel boy? He made
Mm,
an ESPN highlight for getting pancaked.
mm. Not a good one.
Not a good one. You don't get a Roshan every day. All right, well, to the next injury, because I know we're only gonna try to be on here for about 15, 20 minutes. Junior Aguilera guaranteed out for season
Junior
due to knee.
Angulau.
Junior Angulau.
Angulau.
Angulau. Thank you for the correction, Henry. We
Yes,
might end
sir.
up
Yes,
doing another
sir.
short on that. But due to knee injury, I want to jump into this one first, Gat, because I do have some thoughts on it. I've heard Jake Majors, since fall camp has started, has been having to split the majority of the reps with uh, Junior. And now, but there was a good chance Junior was possibly going to be our center. Now, that speaks a lot to them kind of pushing him out due to, we looked him up. He is 6'3", and he does hit the 300 mark, but he's not a giant human being. And Sarkisian is trying to make giant,
Across the
bigger than
board.
big. Yeah,
Across the board.
across the board. And Junior Aguilar had a little bit more size, and he was getting a lot of those reps. Now that he's out, you know that he made Jake Majors is staying in center, and I think he'll be okay.
I do
But
too. I got faith in it.
there seems to be a lot of concern out there along the Longhorn Nation about him. Uh,
This will be his third year playing for us, and he started for 2.5 of those, I
yes.
believe. So and he's had Coach Flood this last year. One
Uh,
of the greatest
yeah.
in college.
There's two things I take out of this that I would like Longhorn Nation to take out of this. Uh, Centers, the majority of the ones, especially the ones that thrive in the NFL, aren't the bigger than big guys. They have more athleticism. They have to have more athleticism. They have. I mean, coming off from the ground, looking at the ball damn near, and looking, you're coming up a lot lower than your left guards and your left tackles, who are damn near just touching their knees. They ain't on the ground. Your tackles are holding their knees the majority of the time. And so keep that in mind. Everyone out there watching, he's not bigger than big, but he's big enough. And
He's going to hold his own.
the part that does concern me, that part two, is why are they pushing Junior Aguilar out? Because it don't necessarily worry me, but they're pushing him out because them left guards, both of them, I promise you, in game one, are freshmen. Both of our guards are freshmen coming in, and that's what Aguilera
Maybe a guard and a tackle.
robbed at. No, I'm, what I know you've been working all day, so you'll have a chance later on to catch up on today's topics, but I got a feeling both our guards are going to be. Uh, the way it looks is our left tackle, freshman, left
Yep.
guard, freshman, center, Jake Majors, right guard, freshman,
Devin Campbell.
right tackle, no, left guard is Connor. Not Connor.
Hudson
Ugh. Yes.
Hudson
Yeah,
Carr.
Hudson Connor. Hudson Connor, I believe. If I'm saying it right.
No, we're
Darn
not
it.
saying it
Darn
right.
it. But we know who we're talking about. He's a second year. So he's a redshirt freshman, some of the nonetheless. Then they got Banks at I'm sorry. Banks is left tackle. Right tackle, who was originally left
Christian
tackle,
Jones.
is Christian Jones. Yes, Christian Jones. So Christian Jones stayed up in that mix, which is good because he has an NFL-sized body. We just never saw him live up to his potential last season.
No, we actually saw a little worse than that.
And since we don't have as much info on the defensive injuries, I guess you want to jump up, start it off with Alfred Collins and Jediah Barons.
Man, it hurts losing Alfred because you know the potential and the talent's there. He just hasn't been consistent. And once he gets that consistency, he's going to be a force. But I mean that kind of hurts. But we have so many that just means Byron Murphy gets to play more in my book. You know what I mean? He gets to take more snaps. Vernon Broughton gets to take more snaps. So
That's a really full side of the glass to look at it. I like that.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
at all the stuff I heard today, ain't nobody talked that positive about it. And that's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah,
Just
man. I mean, shoot,
more reps building
we
up for the
got
season.
yeah, we have talent on that D line, man, and Davis is going to get them together. You know, Coach Davis will eventually get them beast moding it,
Absolutely.
as he always has. His record speaks for itself. Like he beast modes it, and he's going to have them there. And we got some young studs that he's been working with the last year, so it hurts, you know, but not as bad as a Roshan Johnson or Isaiah Nair. Not near as bad as that.
Absolutely.
And today, Barron, uh, we got a lot of talent back there too, man. Like I hate to say it like this, but next guy up, like I hope you come back quick today because we need you. But we recruit heavy in that position for a reason. It's a violent position.
Dogs in the safety room, that's for sure. Safety and
Yeah.
DB room in general, dogs. I honestly think, especially has been showing, they're not getting enough credit because they are going up against the same offense over and over, and you'll eventually get used to people's tendencies and their moves and their tricks,
Formations, all that.
formations, and all that. But I
Their
think
snap
everyone
count.
is going to be a little bit surprised on this year's DB class. I think Jameson steps up his game. I think Anthony Cook shows everybody that he's a star that he was recruited to be.
Yep.
And I'll even say this, and you know how much I love EJ Foster. Anthony Cook is going to do for the not the corner side of it, but for the safety side of it. He is going to do that 2018 class justice before he leaves. He's going to give that 2018 class to look something back on because that was a legendary, greatest DB class ever recruited from any school.
Mm.
And there needs to be somebody other than Stearns to ball out and go to the NFL.
Yeah, there was no DBU in the last 3 years. There was
Yeah.
with 5 stars like that. There should have been a DBU shirts being made,
Like
hats, towels.
each year we had 4+ interceptions from a single player each one of those years. But DBU means DBU, everybody, not one individual
Yeah,
succeeding at certain times
university.
through the season. The university of DBs
Yeah,
need to be thriving.
nobody can pass back here. Not on the left side, not on the right
No
side,
flies.
not down the middle. This is a
No
no-fly
flies.
zone. We are
Oh,
fly swatters with the electricity attached to it.
come here. Come here, Gatcuz. We got one flying in the zone. Go ahead, take him down. Shoot him. Shoot him.
Yeah.
So me and Gat gonna move to the quarterback room. We got the quarterback room situation, and we'll end it with Deshaun Jameson shining a little bit and the Isaiah Hall news. But let's go ahead and jump on these quarterbacks' asses real quick because I think they need some chewing. Gat. Steve Sarkisian sure seems to think so.
They're the leader of the team, man. Come on. You're the leader. If you ain't playing well, how's anybody else going to play well? Settle down, get your feet under you, and make the play.
Yes.
That's all you got to do. Settle down, get your feet, see the play, make the play. You already just start going to get them in line, bro. That's his first scrimmage. I bet next scrimmage they come out and defense ain't talking about I got 6 interceptions. I bet it ain't like that next scrimmage.
I think hearing that Sarkisian got in their asses, that whole quarterback room as a whole, the way that it's being reported he did.
Yeah.
I think that speaks volumes, and that's going to be part of what, like you just said, flips one of them boys' switch on, because Steve Sarkisian is a quarterback whisperer. And how many times has me or you heard one time in his year and 9-month span at the University of Texas as he got on to some asses like that?
Never.
Bo Davis did.
Yeah.
Y'all go check back on our video back last November. Bo Davis did.
And we don't see it for ourselves, but all the defensive coaches have hammered down on their players. Yeah. You know that for a fact. Shoot. And Jeff Banks, he don't ever shut up. He's the loudest one out of all of them.
At all times.
He's chewing everybody's ass. He got the glasses. He can see you from a minute. Oh, no, son. It ain't water break. Get over here.
He over there like, you run laps. You're okay. And you run laps. Now go. Yeah.
All right. So what else we got?
Well, we got to talk about what the quarterbacks did because everybody wants to know. So if everybody's out there listening, as of if the season were to be starting tomorrow, y'all just look forward to Hudson Card being the guy. And this is coming from the guy with the mullet itself. As of today, Hudson Card is the one starting with the ones. And he ain't looking good, but he's just looking okay. And right now, Quinn's making a lot of freshman mistakes, and too many from what we're hearing. Those 3 sacks, the whole Sarkisian press conference where he spoke.
3 sacks, 3 INTs.
Yeah.
Not looking good.
Hopefully this getting on that ass flips that switch for Quinn Ewers and he can get on the roll, because me and you both know if Hudson starts and we lose, Sharks out, Gary Patterson's new head coach. But if
let's not start that rumor. That rumor's
already
out there. Leave that on Facebook and all that childish stuff. Let's not do that.
Every podcast out there is saying that right now.
We got the faith. In Stark we trust.
I got, just for y'all who are listening, he's got the faith. I got my Longhorn glasses off. I'm not riding the Longhorn glasses this year. I ain't even depending on us winning the conference championship this year. I'm really going to try to ride on that until you do it, till you prove it. I ain't believing it. Because, especially after this week and everything we've heard, what do we got to go off of if they're winning 10 games this season?
We'll see.
Crickets.
Bajan.
We had a Doak Walker winner in 2016.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. You dropped your phone? Yeah. But no, we had a Doak Walker winner in 2016 and we went 5-7. So
Yep.
running backs don't make me think 10-win season. It got to come with more than that. It's got to
Yeah,
come with more than that.
Keelan's going to get a lot more playing time now. Jonathan Brooks going to get a lot more playing time.
Did you hear who was taking the spot of Roschon when Roschon went down?
Keelan?
Blue. Blue took his spot. And Blue was doing good. They said Blue was balling out when he took Roschon's spot. Which Roschon, it's not his, and I hate to jump backwards into our show, but it's not his skill set that worries me so much because I know he is an amazing athlete and he deserves to be drafted highly. But we have a room of loaded running backs just eager to get out there. So I'm not worried about that part.
I'm comfortable with all of them.
It's the leadership. We need that leader. Your leader is not as effective if he's sitting on the sideline in crutches. He is more effective if he's right there in the huddle, getting everyone pumped up as the play's taking effect.
Hey, man, Freddie Stein did it from the sidelines. Freddie Stein did it from the sidelines, baby.
We don't want that
UT
for
power, baby. UT. Come on. Light the tower, coach. Shoot. Freddie Stein's here. Shoot.
Oh, man. So off all that, we got to get close to wrapping it up. Let's go on to a little bit of positivity to end this video. And we'll start it with Deshaun Jameson doing what he loves to do, and that's make ESPN highlight interceptions. And he's got Trey. Got 3 of them bad boys.
I mean, if you go throughout since the end of last season, like all spring ball, and now this, he's got like 10. Yeah, he's got like 10. He's picking off everybody. He don't care what quarterback's out there. That's his ball.
We've witnessed it during spring game. On more than one spring game. There's 2 back-to-back spring games we've seen him pick off and take it to the house. Which I don't think they let him take it back. I think they whistle it down before it gets there. But we all know where it was going.
You ain't catching a shark in the ocean.
You ain't catching the shark in the ocean. So, for everybody out there who don't know, you fitting to know. Agiah Hall, suspension can be lifted. The second Sarkisian grants it. So everybody who's worried about that, man, Agiah Hall finna play this season. I promise. I guarantee you right now, Gary Patterson is massaging that fool in the shoulders. Blake Gideon's blowing a fan on him. Coach Marion's getting him a margarita. And Coach Shark is sitting in front of him and telling him, look, son, we're sorry. Sorry we suspended you like that and we overreacted too fast, but we need you to come back and play now. But we don't know what we was thinking. I don't know why we didn't think we would never have an injury, but we need you back now. And y'all watch. I'll watch. Promise you. Indefinite suspension.
Hope for the best, man.
Yeah, indefinite suspension can be lifted at any moment by the head coach's choice. It's weekly suspensions that cannot be lifted. Once the weekly suspension has been given, cannot override it. But indefinite suspension can be overrid anytime the coach grants that he wants to drop that hammer down.
That's good to hear. Yep, that's good to hear.
You got really close, Gat. You all up in the camera. There you go. There you go. I thought I was counting hairs for a second there.
All right, let's go on in this one.
All righty, y'all. This is the Longhorn #1 show out there. Anybody who's a Longhorn fan, college football fan, you know what show to come watch. It is us. #40 Acre Addicts. We are your guys with the 411 all day, every day. Longhorn Nation, from your boys Steven and Henry. Hook 'em.
Hook 'em. Good show, Steve-O.